Hi, it's me, and that's him, and we're the Sci-Fi Scholars.
We're talking Killjoys Season 1.
This is one of Sci-Fi's original new shows. Came out.
It's co-produced with Space.
Yeah.
Canadian, basically similar sort of channel.
Yeah.
So it's a co-production between the two.
Which, yeah, it's well-made
really
space action.
I was just so happy for more space-based spaceships.
Yes.
With this and Dark Matter.
Yeah. And then later on the
Expanse as well, yeah.
So, yeah.
And I just really like it. The premise is really cool. They're being bounty hunters, basically. They call them Killjoys, as you would know if you've
Because
seen
they
it.
ruin your fun. If they get paid to.
Oh, yeah. But joy is the currency.
Yeah.
Either way, I really enjoy the show. The interactions between the main three, or four, technically,
Yeah.
with Lucy.
Because she's an AI ship.
Yeah. She's very sassy.
She's very funny.
Yeah. Her and John, so funny. John's probably my favourite character.
Yeah.
John Jacoby.
Jacoby.
It's a bit of a mouthful, John Jacoby.
Yeah, and everyone's names is spelt retardedly.
Yeah, Davin with an apostrophe after the A.
Klein with a Khlyen.
Yeah. And then you got Porter. P-A-W.
Yeah, T.
T-E-R. Dutch is just Dutch, but that's not even a real name.
No, it's just her like
It's
call
her
sign.
nickname.
Yeah,
Because she doesn't want to be called by a real name because she
Klein.
was royalty. Crushy royalty, like Porter.
no, she wasn't crushy.
No, but
She's from outside the quad.
That's right.
She's from outside the quad.
She's from a royal line. And she's the only one left.
Yeah, it's really like her storyline is so complicated.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen season 1.
And it's not really the main point of it. But anyway, she got trained to be an assassin from a young age.
By Klein.
But she was taken, she was not born into royalty. She was born into a poor family. Then she was taken into the family of this rich family to be trained as like an assassin princessy chick.
Either way, she uses her real name a couple of times to get into royal things.
Yes.
Which is an interesting take. But she is a very broken woman.
Yes, she likes killing
Lots.
a lot.
Well, at first she doesn't. Because the whole point is, in the first episode, is John takes on a kill warrant to kill his own brother because he wants to save him, and that brings Klein back, who's the trainer, because he thinks she's ready to kill again because she takes on a kill warrant.
And then she has to lie that she actually signed on for the warrant, because if she doesn't lie,
Then John's
screwed for taking a warrant outside of his allowance.
Or even taking a warrant that wasn't his, like you did it in someone else's name.
Well, because he wasn't allowed to take that high of a warrant because he's not a high enough level in the R.A.C.
Yeah.
Which is the organisation.
Reclamation agents.
Yeah, where these guys work. And their logo or slogan is "The warrant is all and take no sides." Yeah. So they claim to be entirely impartial to the politics.
Yeah.
And just do whatever job. So they're basically bounty hunter, mercenary. They're more mercenaries because they do whatever. Like they'll just transport cargo if you ask them to. They will pick up your friend and fly them somewhere.
Yeah.
So they're basically mercenaries, but they also do a lot of bounty hunting jobs.
Yeah. And it's a really cool show. Like, it takes a little bit to get used to the way it's filmed because it's filmed a little bit differently than most other shows I noticed.
What, because it's sci-fi?
No, just in the way it was filmed. Like, it felt less like a studio production and more like a YouTube channel sort of. Like, not in a bad way. Like, in just hey, this is a little bit different for a typical science fiction or even for a studio-produced show. It still had the quality of a studio-produced show, but there was just something that they did slightly differently with stuff that made it look very much like it was filmed on a digital SLR rather than high-end cameras. But that wasn't a negative.
Okay. I didn't.
For me, I still thoroughly enjoyed it. And I like the directional style. Like, I got used to it a bit more and I started to really like it. But yeah, that's just, I remember feeling that.
Yeah.
I felt like the first season had a good ending too.
Yeah, it did. It really set, like, obviously, so they do the arc of, like, basically the premise of the show starts that John and Dutch have been working together for a while as
A couple of years, I think it's like
R.A.C agents.
years.
Obviously, then Davin comes back and it's a kill warrant on him for some reason. So John's like, we've got to save him. So then they become a team of 3.
Yeah.
Eventually, because he was formerly Davin was formerly a soldier who had his mind messed with.
Yes.
That causes
And had experiments done on
him. So he goes crazy and tries to kill Dutch, whatever.
At one point, yeah, in like episode 8 or 9, I can't remember exactly which
towards
one.
the end of the thing. So he gets stepped down from the team for a little bit.
Yeah, and at the very end, there's this thing of it's Arkin, a planet Arkin or moon with Red 17. That's kind of like lingering over for at least the second half, so the last 5 episodes, and it ends with Davin being captured. So if you haven't seen it now,
well,
anyway, it's just a really cool ending where they pull out and they're like, oh, it's Red 17. That's actually where he is now and stuff like that. And they do some cool stuff, and there's a lot of politics, which seems to be a very common science fiction thing I've noticed.
Yeah.
With corporations as well being huge, like corrupt type corporations being the governing body type thing seems, especially recently, is a very common theme in science fiction. But a good thing about this applies a little bit to Dark Matter as well is it doesn't feel like a retread.
No. Well, this one kind of seems to have one company, and then the royal family kind of controls the one company, which screws over everybody. The poor people on Westerly.
Mainly see Westerly.
Yeah. So in this system, there's 4 planets called the Quad.
Yeah.
Which is where this show's set. Obviously, some characters are originally from outside of the Quad.
Which some of it's called the J.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's actually referred to until season 2. I could be wrong about that.
Not sure. So yeah, there's Kresh, there's Westerly. I can't remember.
Arkin.
Arkin's a moon, so it's not one of the 4 planets, though. Is it?
I can't remember now.
Anyway, there's 2 other planets as well, which
they don't really deal with too much.
But Westerly is basically controlled by the company, and everyone there is basically trying to work to get off of Westerly. It's like the slum. Yeah. It's like the slums of the thing, and no one there has the ability to get off because they don't have their own ships and stuff.
Yeah, it's just an interesting show, and it has cool science fiction stuff. And the main reason I watch it and keep watching it is, one, yes, it's a space-based show and has spaceships. The CGI is pretty terrible.
Yeah,
it's not very good. There's shows that are 10 years old that look better, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. But the interactions between the 4 of them, including Lucy, and even outside of that with Porter and damn it, the bartender guy, what's his name?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Whatever his name is. Anyway, their interactions are really, really good.
Yeah, the character interactions for this show,
even though there's lots of one-liners and it's very cheesy, but it makes it so enjoyable.
And John and Davin are often like jealous of each other for like. At times they're jealous of it. Like they both are like, one's here and one's here. Like this guy's jealous that this guy's on the right, and this guy's jealous that this guy's on the left. Like it's whatever the other one has, they're just jealous of. Like it's really funny. Like it's basically if you got 2 5-year-olds and gave them a toy each, they want whatever the other one has.
A little bit like that, yeah.
But they'll never admit it, and they won't swap.
Yeah. And the Klein,
yes,
as a villain, I thoroughly enjoy him.
He is a very
very love the way he speaks, the way he's always just so calm about everything, and yeah, it's just really, really cool.
It makes it look like he's in control of everything.
Yeah,
like as if he's like some superior being that's like controlling the way the planets spin, kind of.
Yeah,
like, that's the level of control he exudes,
and I really like that. Overall, it's just a really fun show that, even though it's only 10 episodes per season, or like, it
gets
I
so
want
much done.
more, but I don't want more.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you're like, I feel like if I had too much more, it wouldn't be as good a show.
Yeah.
That's why I enjoy it.
Lots of fun.
I just, I love science fiction, and this just is right up my alley, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Totally recommend.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, go watch it. There's 2 seasons out already.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.